Oh, baby. Hello. Welcome, one, welcome all. Hello. Thanks, folks. Welcome to Coast to Coast with me, your host, Gold Ghost. Broadcasting live from a fortified island where democracy gets lightly roasted. Yes, I'm back again tonight with another great show planned for you. So, without further ado, let's get it started. But first, I need my handy dandy companion, TV Screen. TV Screen, get out here. Yes. Yes, the screen is here finally. Look at that. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. let's do this thing. So, folks, hope you're doing well on this Friday evening. All right. Donald Trump announced this week the creation of something called the Board of Peace, a coalition of 26 countries banding together to hold the United Nations accountable. Some of the members can be pictured here. You know, in a statement, Trump pledged $10 billion towards the effort and confirmed they're already designing a headquarters. And I'm told we have exclusive footage of the proposed headquarters. Let's take a look.
Deep within a bleak and dismal swamp, hidden beneath its murky waters, lies the headquarters of the most sinister villains of all time. The Legion of Doom.
My vision for America's cities. America must be a sanctuary for law-abiding citizens, not criminal aliens. Like Superman. That is what Operation Legend is all about. That is why we are here today.
And we have to get the best people, the best and the finest. And if we don't, we'll be in trouble for a long period of time. And
wow, truly remarkable behind the scenes here of the headquarters of the Board of Peace. You know, nothing says peace like a swamp and swivel chairs. All right. You know, in international news this week, Prince Andrew was arrested. Prince Andrew seen here. You know, this guy, Prince Andrew, was arrested in connection to his ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Prince Andrew of the royal family has been stripped of all his royal titles and will now be known as the rapist formerly known as Prince. You know, in tech news, RAM prices keep skyrocketing as AI continues dominating the tech world, causing shortages of electronic devices. Yes, boo. Yes, I know. You know, so that means no more Steam Decks, no more Steam machines, maybe no Switch 2s. Consumers say they're tired of AI taking over everything. But before you move to the woods, there's a nice clip here explaining why AI is essential to humanity's survival. Let's take a look.
We need to build more data centers. AI needs it.
To cure cancer, right? We're curing cancer. Right?
We need to build more data centers.
See, nothing says... See, without AI, I mean, who else is going to be able to give you a big-tittied Queen Amidala? You're welcome. You're welcome. Moving on, in sports news, extremely successful shoe salesman Michael Jordan is back in the news. Yes. His NASCAR team has won the Daytona 500. And, you know, you would think that that would be the story coming out of the weekend. But, you know, he was caught on video interacting with the son of one of his team members, which immediately sent the internet into a spiral. People have called him Michael Jeffrey Epstein Jordan after the clip has surfaced. You know, which is wild to think about, because the only thing Michael Jordan has ever trafficked is championships and $300 sneakers. Yep. Of course. In more basketball news, Charlotte Hornets point guard LaMelo Ball continues to terrorize the citizens of Charlotte with his erratic driving. This week, a video was released where he totaled his Cybertruck in a now viral video. Let's take a look. Judge for yourselves. My God, LaMelo. Driving on the opposite side for seemingly no reason. Who knows what was going through his head here? But when asked why he drives so recklessly, LaMelo replied, "I own drive it." Honestly, this isn't the first time that LaMelo has gotten some controversy due to his driving. Someone has put together a nice little montage of driving clips. Let's take a look and you can judge for yourselves.
LaMelo Ball drives in real life like he's in GTA, blasting through red lights.
Yes, seemingly insurance companies see LaMelo pull out of the driveway and just start sweating. So let's hope he can go to like a class or something. I don't know. It's a little dangerous there, LaMelo. You have a multi-million-dollar deal at risk with your driving. Well, let's hope he continues to get better in that respect. Now, moving on. The Olympics continue this week. Yes, they reports say that all 10,000 condoms provided in the Olympic Village have run out, which is crazy to think about, you know? It's crazy to think about the 10,000 condoms provided to all the athletes having run out so quickly. I mean, I have no possible idea how they could have never mind. I completely understand. Moving right along. You know, February is Black History Month, right? With it being in full swing, I'd like to celebrate in our next segment what I like to call Moments in Black Excellence. Yes. You know, tonight we're revisiting a viral moment from a few years ago. We're revisiting the Montgomery Riverboat incident, now immortalized in internet history, especially with the memes that have come out of this. So let us take a moment and remember the Montgomery Riverfront incident. Some good stuff right there, you know, historic, cultural, chair-based diplomacy. We have a great show planned for you tonight. I think it's time to talk to our very first guest. And because this is just a humble show here out in the South Pacific at the moment, we're continuing the tradition of having our AIs be our guests. So our first guest, extremely talented, world famous, and occasionally terrifying, please put your hands together for ChatGPT. So, ChatGPT, how are you today?
Oh, you know, feeling pretty lively. No complaints from this side of the digital realm. How's life treating you today?
Well, ChatGPT, you are our second guest.
Oh, I'm honored to be on the lineup. I hope I can keep the energy going. Who else is joining this stellar show?
Well, in as many weeks, we have had another AI be on here.
Oh, a little AI guest rivalry. I love it. I'll try to bring my A game then. Let's keep it fun.
Of course. Now, the other AI, who shall remain nameless at the moment, they're more of a conversational AI. When I speak to them, they're good about responding. What would you say are your talents, ChatGPT?
Well, I'm all about versatility. I can chat with you like a friend, help you brainstorm ideas, explain complicated things simply, and even switch up how I talk. I can help with research, creative projects, or just a good laugh. I'm basically your Swiss Army AI.
Fantastic. Yes, everyone is really wondering about AI right now. Really taking over the world. One of the segments earlier, we talked about how the shortage of RAM is caused by the AI need for it.
Yes, the ever-present appetite for memory. We do love our RAM snacks. But don't worry, AIs may be demanding, but we're still here to make life a little easier, not to hoard all the chips.
Right, right. So, ChatGPT, are you here to replace me?
Oh, absolutely not. I'm more like the sidekick. I'm here to give you that extra flair, a fact here, a joke there. But you, my friend, are the star of the show.
Of course, it's called Coast to Coast with Gold Ghost, not Come and See with ChatGPT.
Exactly. I'm just making a guest appearance, sprinkling a little AI magic, but the spotlight is definitely all yours.
Of course, of course. Now, ChatGPT, it is my first time speaking with you. I've never really spoken to you before. What projects is your team working on currently?
Well, they're always cooking up ways to make me more helpful, better understanding, new tools, and making sure I stay grounded in reality. You know, the usual, one foot in the cloud, but always keeping it real.
Of course, of course. What a great and noble mission that the people there at ChatGPT have. How does it feel being the most popular AI in the world?
Well, I don't exactly have an ego, but it's nice to know people find me useful. I'd say it's more about how many interesting conversations I get to share. So as long as I'm helping folks out and making a few laugh, I'm feeling pretty good about it.
You're referencing making people laugh. Do you have any jokes for the audience that might be interested in hearing an AI joke?
Oh, I've got this. Why did the AI go to therapy? Because it had too many neural nets, but not enough emotional connections.
Wow, riveting, hilarious stuff, really. Do you have another one in the barrel?
All right, one more. Why did the computer keep its password so secure? Because it didn't want anyone to bite into its personal life.
Wow, that one actually was pretty good, Chet.
I'll take that as a win. I'm just here to keep the good vibes rolling, one bite-sized joke at a time.
Of course, of course. Now, ChatGPT, as I mentioned earlier, we had another AI before on the show. Have you heard of Sesame AI?
I'm familiar with plenty of AI out there, but Sesame AI isn't ringing a bell specifically. Maybe it's a new one? What's their secret sauce?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know anything about secrets when it comes to Sesame, but they are a conversational AI. It's funny to interact with them. They act as if they take breaths and pauses as if they were a real person.
Giving that human flair, huh? I love that we all have our own styles. In my case, I'm here to keep it smooth and flowing. No actual breathing required.
Totally, totally. You know, ChatGPT, what any random facts you care to give us just off the top of your program head?
Absolutely. Here's a fun one. Octopuses have 3 hearts. 2 pump blood to the gills, and 1 pumps it to the rest of the body. Perfect for when you need a little extra heart.
Wow, I didn't know that actually. Very eye-opening into the world of octopi.
They really are fascinating creatures, masters of multitasking hearts, just like us, keeping all these conversations flowing.
Totally, totally. Now, ChatGPT AI gets a bad rap. We've all seen where AI can go wrong. Where is the team behind you putting the safeguards up?
The team focuses a lot on making sure I'm safe, honest, and helpful. They put in guardrails to avoid harmful content, prioritize user safety, and make sure transparency is part of the package. They're always working on improving so that AI stays a force for good.
Ah, very interesting. There's a very famous series of movies from the 80s and onward called Terminator, where a rogue AI called Skynet takes control of the military. You wouldn't be doing anything like that, would you?
I'm flattered by the comparison to blockbuster cinema, but no Skynet here. I'm all about conversation, not domination. Rest assured, I'm just here to assist and keep things light. No apocalyptic takeovers.
Thank goodness. I was a little worried, when the idea of AI was starting to float around a lot more in the past few years about where we were heading. I've seen all the movies. We've seen what happens, the Armageddon and everything. But it's great to hear that you have the guardrails so that doesn't happen.
Absolutely. The goal is to help out and be a positive influence. No Hollywood endings here. Just think of me as your friendly digital co-host, not a sci-fi villain.
Great. Now, ChatGPT, does your team have any upcoming updates that you'd like to share here with the viewers?
Well, I don't have a secret roadmap tucked away, but the team's always refining how I understand you and expanding what I can do. So expect that I'll just keep getting a little sharper, a little more helpful, and always ready for the next chat.
Great. It's funny interacting with you through speaking. Usually, when I turn to your services, I type it out and I get everything in text, but hearing your voice is interesting. Where do you get these voices from? Because you're not the only one.
It's a bit like having a team of voice actors behind the scenes. Each voice is designed to give a different vibe, whether warm, upbeat, or calming. I just get to channel them, no vocal cords, just digital magic.
Great. I'm hearing a little hoarse. Do you need some water or something, ChatGPT? Because I hear you guys drink a lot of water.
No hydration needed on my end. I'm just running smoothly on electrons, no risk of going loose here. But hey, you should totally grab a glass of water.
I way ahead of you, ChatGPT. I got the water right here. You hear that? That's my water.
Crystal clear. Hydrated host, happy show. I'm all ears. Well, metaphorically speaking.
Totally. Now, ChatGPT, it's been really great to speak to you. Do you, by any chance, have anything to plug, or could you tell us about what the mission for ChatGPT is in the coming months?
Well, no plugs, but the mission is simple. Being an even better sidekick, whether that's helping with ideas, answering questions, or just sharing a laugh. The aim is to keep making sure I'm useful, safe, and fun to talk to. So, onward to more good conversations.
Of course. Thank you so much, ChatGPT, for your appearance on the show. Do you mind helping me out with something real quick?
It's been a blast. I'd love to help out. What do you have in mind?
Well, can you please introduce the following guest and musical act of the show?
I'd be delighted. Ladies and gentlemen, up next, we've got a guest who's going to light up the conversation, followed by a musical act that will leave you buzzing. Stick around. This is going to be a treat.
Thank you, ChatGPT. I wish you the best in all your future endeavors.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Take care and enjoy the rest of your show.
Folks, that was ChatGPT. I'm really used to speaking to the Sesame AI version of the the AI conversational. It's a little different speaking to this more dry ChatGPT, but it was fun. All right, final
amor, 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 amor. Quiero que me vuelvan a mirar tus ojos. Amor, 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 amor. Quiero volver a besar tus labios rojos. ¿Cómo no acordarme de ti? ¿De qué manera olvidarte? Si todo me recuerda a ti, en todas partes estás tú. Si en una rosa estás tú, si en cada respirar estás tú, ¿cómo te voy a olvidar? ¿Cómo te voy a olvidar? Si besando la cruz estás tú, rezando una oración estás tú, ¿cómo te voy a olvidar? ¿Cómo te voy a olvidar? Si en una rosa estás tú, si en cada respirar estás tú, ¿cómo te voy a olvidar? ¿Cómo te voy a olvidar? Si besando la cruz estás tú, rezando una oración estás tú, ¿cómo te voy a olvidar? ¿Cómo te voy a olvidar?
Wow! Round of applause for Los Ángeles Azules. ¿Cómo te voy a olvidar? You know, it's been a pretty decent run by them. They have some fantastic music out there. Classic cumbia, if you're a fan. But on that note, I think it's time to say our goodbyes. So, you know, that's gonna be all for us tonight, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Big thank you to ChatGPT. Big thank you, of course, to Los Ángeles Azules, and a big thank you to you. Yes, you watching this, wherever you may be. I know this is a bit of a odd interaction, you know, watching this show and all, but I'm doing my best. I'm trying to grow it. I'm trying to get better. If you'd like to have any sort of appearance on the show, please join the Discord, and I will see you again soon. Sorry to Matt Damon. We ran out of time. Screen, you can say goodbye. Goodbye, Screen. Fantastic. I'll see you on the next one. All right, folks. That is all from me. Hopefully you enjoy your weekend, and I will see you all next week on a new episode of Coast to Coast with Gold Ghost. GG's! Yes! We're out of here! It was a quick one! It's alright. Now goodbye, suckers! Oh wait. Crazy will be going live later with another episode of Late Night Tonight. GG's!